Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. So today we're going to be doing the weekly astrological forecast for October 4th through 10th, 2021. And this is a huge week in astrology. I just realized this morning that a new astrological week was beginning, and so I put this together when I was half awake. After I woke up. So hopefully it makes sense. We're going to go through the energies of each day. There's a lot of forward momentum that's picking up this week as we move toward that 10-10 portal, which closes out the week. We have that new moon in Libra. If you guys haven't checked out that video, I highly suggest that you do so. We also have two planets going direct this week. We have Pluto stationing direct, and we have Saturn stationing direct. And of course, we have that beautiful conjunction of Mars and the Sun, which is joined by Mercury later in the week. So a lot of forward moving energy. Then we can feel the momentum really building as we move into the month of October, which is going to be incredibly powerful. These last few months of 2021 are going to be powerful, right? After October, we move into the finale of eclipse season, right? With an eclipse in November and an eclipse in December. We had that 12-12 portal energy is going to be huge. The 11-11 portal is always huge. This 10-10 portal is huge. If you guys haven't checked out that video, I put that out the other day. So definitely check that out. And there is a link to the 10-10 portal video that I did with Pete of Empath Uprising as well. So there's a little bit different information in both. It's a little bit of a different feel, a different vibe. So I highly suggest that you watch both of those videos to get a good understanding of this incredibly activating energy that we're experiencing with the 10-10 portal. This merging with our souls, bringing more of our soul light into our bodies, into our consciousness, into our awareness, really stepping into a new level of spiritual mastery and a new level of the expression of our potential as souls and as leaders. So like I said, check out those videos. But yes, so we're starting out this week with a T-square today, which is the 4th, between the moon in Virgo, Juno in Sagittarius, and Neptune in Pisces, with Juno as the focal point of this energy. And we actually have a light opposition to Ceres going on here as well. So Ceres is giving this a grand cross kind of feel, which as we know is the most intense aspect that you can have in a natal chart, second only to the T-square. And we've been talking a lot about the T-square between Pluto, Eris, and Mercury, which has been active for a little while now. So we're adding to this today another T-square that's really going to be activating in us the energies of service and self-care. Service, self-care, and nurturance. So how is it? Where is the balance for this for us, especially in relationship with Juno, which is the asteroid that represents marriage and partnership. So we're really looking at this energy, especially in relationships, when it comes to self-care, when it comes to service, when it comes to caring for and nurturing those we love. How do we find that balance? Do we have a balance? Is there a way that we need to come more into balance? Remember, this is Libra season, so it's all about that energy of balance. We also want to be looking with Juno and Sagittarius, which is very much about belief systems, right? We want to look at our belief systems as well. Do we believe it's possible to give and receive affection and nurturing? Right? Do we believe it's possible to receive the nurturing we need from others? Do we believe that it's possible for us to give that? Do we believe that it's possible to have a balanced flow of that energy? And we're really going to be wanting to be looking at where we're giving too much and where we could be giving a little bit more, right? Bringing that into balance. And we're also going to be wanting to ask ourselves, is there an area in our lives where we may not be seeing our true motivations when it comes to service? Is the service that we perform centered and rooted in the heart? Or are there other motivations and intentions for that? And what are those? And if there are other motives and intentions, what is it? What is the need that we're trying to fulfill there? What is it that we're desiring to gain from any acts of service, right? That we might perform, from the ways that we are of service in the world. And this is also, it called to me again, and we've brought this up a few times lately, this energy of the love languages. And so we're looking at true service and true nurturance, especially in relationships. We're looking at what that looks like for us, and we're also looking at what that looks like for other people, because it doesn't always look the same. So once again, we're being called to understand the love languages and our love language versus another's love language. So if you guys have never heard of the love languages, I highly suggest that you Google it. There's different quizzes that you can take that help you identify your own personal love languages. And everybody expresses love in a different way. So it can really help to understand each other, especially in terms of relationship, when we understand the love language that our partner speaks and they understand the love language that we speak. And we can then attempt to speak their language. Right? So it's just another, are we communicating? Are we able to communicate in that way so that we can understand when we are being shown love? Because it doesn't always feel that way when somebody's speaking a different language than we are. All right. So on the 5th, we have Pluto stationing direct. And Pluto is stationing direct in a loose sextile to Venus. Still involved in that T-square that we were talking about between Pluto and Eris and Mercury, right? And lightly trine true black moon. And I want to just pull up the chart for a second here, you guys. Pardon me. Like I said, I did this morning when I was half asleep. So I just want to double check. Yeah, that T-square is definitely still active. So I just wanted to double check on that just to make sure. I don't like to give you guys false information. But yeah, so a lot of action going on around Pluto as Pluto stations direct here. With this specific stationing and these specific aspects, especially still being within that loose sextile to Venus in Scorpio here, it's definitely giving us an emboldened feeling in our interactions with others today. We're possibly going to be feeling very passionate, very confident as we move forward, very magnetic. We're really desiring that deep intimacy and really wanting to get to the heart of matters. Truth, fairness, and justice are favored and valued above all else when we add in this T-square action going on, as well as that aspect to true black moon, right? It's like truth and freedom of expression, right? The right to be who we are. Nothing false is going to be tolerated under this energy, both in our relationships and in life and the world at large. So this is Pluto stationing direct is a really big energy. Pluto is a big energy in general right now. Something really fascinating, and I've touched upon this, I think, in another video, is that Pluto is getting ready, and I believe I want to say it's in February of 2022. Actually, I think it's on 2/2/2022. But I would have to, let me double check that just to make sure while we're on this and talking about it, because it's only going to take me a second here. Let me see if my calculations, 2/2/2022, Pluto will reach 27 degrees of Capricorn. And this is significant because the last time Pluto was at 27 degrees of Capricorn was during the American Revolution. Okay, so let that sink in for a minute. So we are experiencing a Pluto return in this country because that's when Pluto was located when this country was founded. That's really, really powerful energy. And that's going to be on the 2/2 portal next year, which is going to be huge because we got all those twos going on during the 2/2, right? So really, really big energy here. So we're now coming full circle. What has transpired since this country was founded, right? We're in the sign of Capricorn, which is about power. It's about status. It's about authority. The planet of power in the sign of power. Okay, so who are the people that we have given authority in this country? How have they utilized that power? How have they utilized that authority? Do we approve of the way that they are using that power? Or are we ready to take that power back and distribute it in a way that is more just and more fair? And if you look around at the climate right now in this country, I would say that most people would agree that some things are going to shift and some things are going to change. All right. So this is such potent energy. And we're beginning to feel this now as Pluto stations direct on the 5th. right? So now it's that forward moving energy. It's that extroverted energy. We've had this time as Pluto's been in retrograde over these past 5 or 6 months, however long Pluto's been retrograde, right? It's a decent chunk of time that Pluto goes retrograde every year. All right, to really review these things. And now, what are the conclusions we've come to about the systems and the structures upholding the hierarchy of this country? What conclusions have we come to in our own lives regarding these matters? Our own power, our own authority. How deeply have we stepped into that? Right? We've seen a lot of the shadow material being exposed in the world at large, and there is more to come. Do not worry about that. All right? This T-square with Mercury, Pluto, and Eris is revealing things. And it's Pluto, right? So this energy happens slowly. So this doesn't necessarily mean that everything that's going to be revealed has been revealed yet. It's still in the process. Remember, in January of 2020, Pluto and Saturn had their great conjunction at 22 degrees of Capricorn. Isn't that interesting? The 2-2 energy again. But it took a couple months for the impact of that to really be seen, right? And we all know what was going on around March of 2020. So it's a cumulative effect. It's a slow disclosure, but we're definitely seeing the energies of disclosure with that Pluto, Mercury, Eris T-square. All right, especially now with Pluto stationing direct on the 5th. So we can expect more to be revealed, right? But it's not just outside that things are being revealed. It's internally as well for each and every single one of us, right? What big reveals are happening in your own life? What transformations are being called for? These are the questions that we want to ask ourselves. So really potent energies here. This is exciting stuff, you guys. The skies don't lie. All right. There's a lot of people on the outside that lie. And those lies are going to be becoming more and more clear. All right? But the skies don't lie. Pluto does not lie. And Pluto does not condone lies either. Pluto is the antithesis of lies. All right. So on this day as well, we have Mars within 1 degree of the Sun, who is in an exact trine to Ceres today. So this is once again a very motivating aspect with Mars conjunct the Sun. There's definitely that potential for intensity when we have Pluto stationing direct, but it's really, it's that empowering energy. So there's a lot of empowerment in today. And Ceres is really helpful right now because Ceres is bringing in that sweet, nurturing energy, that gentleness. And remember, Mars conjunct the Sun is a powerhouse of energy, but it is in the sign of Libra, which is all about fairness, justice, balance, harmony, equality. Okay, especially with that Ceres energy. So we're very much in this energy of wanting to take charge. We're very much in this energy of desiring and demanding truth and justice, but moving with integrity and really bringing in that energy of compassion from Ceres, which can help to maybe put out some of the potential fires, the unnecessary ones at least. Let's see. Anything else that we want to talk about here? Moon entering Libra today on the 5th. And the Moon, the South Node, and Saturn are in a bisextile. We also have a bisextile going on with Mercury, Juno, and Jupiter. So the Moon, the South Node, and Saturn, this is a huge focus on the lessons and karma surrounding our boundaries and our integrity, our ability to be in integrity, right? And we talked about this. This is a big energy of the new moon as well. So we're really looking at this. We're really looking at our ability to make choices that are fair, balanced, and just. Our ability to operate from this place of balance in our lives. Looking at where it is that we act in accordance with our true values and where it is that possibly we still don't. and coming more into alignment where we don't. We're really being asked to pay attention to the karmic lessons that we've learned around these energies. Yeah. And we also, with this Mercury, Juno, and Jupiter energy, this is really assisting us in having favorable communications and relationships today, and gaining insight where we need it around our relationships. And there was a lot that was stirred up and activated by that T-square that we had going on the day before, right, when it comes to our relationships. And so this is really giving us a chance, if there's communication that needs to happen, if there's something that needs to be done, today is giving us a chance to do that. And it is a really great day to approach any type of communications that we may have been putting off. And it's perfect preparation for that new moon in Libra. There's a lot of energies coming in, assisting in the healing of relationships and finding that balanced and fair outcome. In that, did I say balanced and fair? Balanced and fair outcome, right? Being able to see the other side, to meet in that gray area in between. So there's a beautiful energy of reconciliation for those relationships that are meant to be reconciled. And for the ones that are not, this is a great energy with this new moon in Libra that's allowing us to release them, let them go, right? Because we're moving more into integrity. We're making those conscious and conscientious choices. That's what we talked about in that new moon video, that lead us toward the path of our lead us to our most, how do I want to say this? Lead us to the most appropriate path for us. That lead us closer to our purpose. That lead us closer to our truth, right? That align with our purpose, with our truth, where it is that we're wanting to go, and the kind of person that we're desiring to be. Right, so we really get to solidify that with this new moon in Libra. And check out that new moon in Libra video for more information on the new moon. Yeah, setting boundaries, going to be highlighted as we continue to move through Libra season, standing in our truth, moving toward our Dharma, all of that. All right. Then we have the 7th, October 7th here. And on October 7th, Venus enters Sagittarius. And she enters a deeper conversation with the nodes. So she's been in conversation, but they've been in different signs. But now Venus enters Sagittarius and moves toward the South Node in Sagittarius and toward an opposition with the North Node in Gemini. And so this energy is really looking at and reviewing belief systems and patterns around relationships. Not just relationships, but also finance, abundance, material wealth, and our creative processes. But yes, a huge and heavy focus on relationships. So we're really seeing those belief systems. We're really seeing that patterning that's ready to be released, right? That is no longer relevant, that is no longer necessary. And that North Node in Gemini is asking us to be open to new beliefs, to new patterns, to new perspectives around these energies. On the 7th, we also have the Sun and Mars perfecting their conjunction. So just an extra boost of that empowering energy that we've been talking about. The Moon is also entering Scorpio today and squaring Pluto. So this is a deeply emotional day as well. We're going to have those shadow energies pulled up. Right? Today is a day where we're probably going to be doing shadow work, whether we want to or not. Because with the moon in Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, squaring Pluto, that's a whole lot of that Plutonic energy. Pluto now direct. Pluto is actually still stationed at this point, which means he's moving into direct motion, but still appears to be standing still in the sky. And when a planet is stationed, its energy is that much more potent. So this is really, it's like the visual I'm getting right now is sort of like when you look at an ant through a magnifying glass, and and I'm not saying that we do this, right? But people do this. You guys know what I'm talking about. You make the sun shine through in a certain way, and it actually burns the ant. That's like the intensity of the scrutiny when we have this moon in Scorpio square Pluto energy. So really some deep, deep stuff possibly being revealed to us today. Highly emotional day. Our emotional bodies, our psyches. Yeah. It's going to be a deep dive today as far as that goes. Things that need to be revealed, especially when it comes to our deeper desires and motivations, right? When it comes to our empowerment, standing in our power. When it comes to connection, yeah, just a really, really big day as far as that goes. That's a powerful energy. And Venus entering Sagittarius, we will have a video within the next week on Venus in Sagittarius. But this is, of course, when Venus in Sagittarius is explorative, right? She wants to learn. She wants to experience. She wants to grow. She loves freedom. And so that's what we're going to be looking for in our relationships and our interactions with others. We're going to be looking for people who stimulate us, people we're going to be drawn to the exotic and the different, and we're going to be desiring that in our relationships as well. And so if you're in a partnership, this is a time where you guys want to be trying new things together. And if you are single, go out and do something fun. You may meet somebody that way, right? Go do something fun and active that you've never done before. Go explore a different culture, right? Broaden your minds. This is also an energy of higher learning, right? And so we're really wanting to learn and discover more about ourselves and more about each other. And we want to have fun doing it. That's that energy of Venus and Sagittarius, and we'll get more into that, like I said, with the reading. But it's kind of a breath of fresh air after the intensity of Venus and Scorpio. All right, on the 8th, the moon in Scorpio is opposing Uranus and trining Neptune and Pallas. So this is a powerful perception opening energy here. And as our perception is opened up, we're being urged by Uranus to make a change. Right? If we are all of a sudden realizing, and remember, Uranus and Taurus is all about transforming our value system, right? So we're being shown a broader and a higher perspective about something. We're being shown truth about something. And then Uranus is calling us to act upon that. Uranus is calling us to make the choice that we need to make in light of what we've learned, right? And to really move forward and grow and evolve. And so if we are feeling hesitant to that, if we're feeling resistance to that, that's where the frustration is going to lie with that aspect. Definitely, once again, a potentially explosive aspect. So we want to just be aware of that. And very, very, like we said, very revealing. So a lot of deep revelations this week with all of the energies going on. Today we also have Saturn stationing direct. All right. So our second big planet stationing direct this week. And Saturn is stationing direct in a sextile to Chiron within a few degrees and a trine to the North Node. And so once again, this is sort of calling back into an energy that we experienced earlier in the week when we had the Moon, the South Node, and Saturn all in conversation here. Right? So this is all about karmic lessons that have been underway. Now they're requiring action. We've had that internal process. We've been going through what we've been going through around some of these old cycles and karmic lessons that we've been closing out. And now Saturn is stationing direct and he's requiring that action, the action taken. For us to move forward from here, to close that out and to move forward applying the wisdom of what we've learned. Remember, wisdom is applied knowledge. Anywhere where we've been sliding back into old wounded behaviors, right? And I think we've all experienced this from one degree of another. Sort of the ways that we may have found ourselves slipping back into old habitual states of being, possibly. And the word self-destructive is a little intense, although it does apply for some of us. But behaviors that aren't the best, old coping mechanisms, old ways of seeing and dealing with the world, of experiencing and dealing with our own emotions, right? Just any of these ways that we've sort of slid a little bit. I don't want to say backwards, but you guys know what I'm trying to say here. Saturn is now asking us to take the action necessary to correct that, to move out of that energy, right? We move back into that energy so that we could see that it no longer resonates. And now that we know that it no longer resonates, it's time to move forward. Yeah. If you want what you've always had, do what you've always done. If you want something different, do something different. That's the energy that Saturn is bringing forward to us as he stations direct. And this is definitely anywhere where there have been delayed. There have been delays, especially when it comes to legal things, when it comes to any situations where there's some sort of ruling that was being waited for. We may see the energies of that picking up. It's definitely like we said, a heavy karmic energy there. And then we have on the 9th, the Sun, Mars, and Mercury all forming their exact conjunction. And they've been dancing around each other, right? With the new moon, we had the Sun and the moon, or the Sun and Mars, rather, within a couple degrees. They perfected their conjunction. What was it? A couple days before. And now Mercury is coming in as well. So all three of them now exactly conjunct. During that new moon, Mercury was a few degrees away. Still within a realm, within 10 degrees, but not quite. I think it was like 5 or 6 degrees. But now they're all perfectly conjunct. So this is the exact lineup of all of that energy. This is that alignment, right, of our will, our actions, and our voice. Our mind, right? Our voice, our mind, our truth. So we can make some really powerful moves with this energy. We can make those moves that really bring us into that true balance and harmony. Like we were talking about, harmony within and harmony without. This is that energy of the new moon really solidifying now. On the 9th here, when all of these planets that were within conversation of each other come into that perfect alignment. So whatever realizations, whatever intentions you set during that new moon relating to this, now you can really make some powerful strides in those directions. Let's see what else is going on today. The moon is conjunct Venus and Sagittarius, who is now in that exact conjunction to the south node opposing the north node. So that's that energy we talked about with belief systems and patterning, surrounding relationships, creativity, finances. The moon coming into conjunction with Venus is really making that energy that much more powerful, especially now that she's in exact conjunction with the nodes as well. So we're really feeling that energy today. We're also feeling a lot of romantic and creative energy, right? Especially in the sign of Sagittarius. So creating something beautiful with this energy as well today. Really moving forward, moving out of the old and into the new. When it comes to our relationships, when it comes to the ways that we experience creativity and abundance in our lives as well. What are definitions of that? Closing out those old cycles. This is a day where we may experience, especially with Mercury still in retrograde, this is a big, big day for the possibility of people from the past returning. And most likely, if they're returning on or around today, the reason that they're doing it is to show us how much we've grown, how much we've shifted, how much we've changed. Not necessarily because they're meant to be invited back into our reality. It's possible, right? Use your discernment with that. Go with what feels right to you, but for a lot of people, it's to show us how much we've grown and to maybe provide some closure. All right. So lots of big, powerful energies. Let me know how you guys are feeling about these energies down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. What else? And my email is down below with the description of the different services that I offer if you want to do any one-on-one work with me. As I said, excuse me, sorry. Check out that 1010 portal video. The one that I did for this channel. Also the one with Pete from Empath Uprising. They're both very, very powerful, and there's different information in both of them. Some of the same, some that's different. So check those both out. Check out the new moon in Libra video, because that's a big, powerful energy as well. If you guys want to join the new moon manifesting ceremony, The information for that is in the description box below. Send your donation along with your email so that I can send you out a Zoom link. That's going to be at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 6th of October. You guys are so incredibly powerful and so incredibly beautiful. Let's have a really empowered week together. All right. Bye.